Vic, when you look at that fourth quarter, what on tape, what I guess bothered you the most? Where were the breakdowns?
Number one, my calls could have been better. And I think if my calls were better, we would have had a better result. But give them credit, they executed, and they played well.
Why did you feel the need to blitz more than you have typically?
The quarterback was scrambling. We weren't quite getting the necessary four-man rush pressure that we needed, so that was why.
So was the lack of a four-man rush pressure because of the four or because of the back, more of the back end, the coverage?
Well, it all works together. Pass defense is the guys in coverage. And
I wonder, was it more? Did you think it was more one than the other?
No.
On the touchdown, with 6 seconds left, I don't know, looked like zone, ball was sinking a little bit. From your perspective, what do you think went wrong there, or did the guys play correctly?
We could have played a little better, but it was a good play that they ran against the coverage we were in. So again, I could have been in a better call.
Should the ball have stuck on him throughout the entirety of that play? Or?
A little longer.
We talked about how young this group is, youngest defense in the league. How do you anticipate them, I guess, bouncing back after what happened Sunday?
I think they will. It's a resilient group. After winning so many in a row, you got to be able to bounce back. And I believe our group will.
What's your take on the personal fouls that were called, and specifically the taunting ones on CJ?
Yeah, we've got to be better than that. We don't want that as part of our team. We don't want to be known for that. And our guys have to do a better job of not getting those fouls.
As a defensive coach, when you get 5 takeaways, that's tremendous, but obviously it didn't correlate to overall success. How do you kind of view that?
Well, we gave up too many explosive plays. The one drive, they hit 2 big ones on us. That's one part of the equation. Didn't have a good day on third down. That's another part of the equation. And, the field position that had shorter distance to go occasionally, we just didn't play as good as we had been playing overall.
Have you ever seen a player?
See on those 2 explosives on that drive?
We just got beat. We could have played with better technique, but they ran go balls on our guys, and we got beat.
Was Quinion, is it fair to say that he was maybe sitting on an in-breaking route on the one that he gave up?
Yeah, I think he was kind of guessing, and, he probably shouldn't have.
Have you ever seen a player get ejected for taunting before, not physical related?
I don't think so.
Were you okay with the call, or?
The one happened in between a series, I think at a quarter break too, and I really didn't see what happened. Yeah. But regardless if the officials call it, it was warranted, and we can't let that happen.
Do you emphasize when the first unsportsmanlike comes to whether it's Christian or somebody's got to say, all right, you got one, maybe you have to be a little bit more careful? Is that sort of imparted?
Yes.
What have you seen from Cooper Rush since the first time you guys played them?
Yeah, they're playing extremely well here the last 5 games. They're moving the ball. I think they have found their niche with Rush at quarterback, and they're doing a good job. They're running it well. They're mixing in the play pass and the boots very well. And obviously, CeeDee Lamb is having a banner year. They have good tight end in Ferguson. The back has really come alive lately. So, they're not the same offense that we saw however many weeks ago that was.
What did you notice about Daniels from this matchup compared to the first one?
He's good. He's very athletic. He has the gun run game to their element of their offense. Throws the ball extremely well, very catchable ball. He's a good player.
What happened on the 2 12 men on the field penalties?
Yeah, the second one which really hurt us, it was an overreaction and miscommunication. We thought one of the DBs was hurt. one deep, Slay was out. He thought he should go in then. We'd already sent a guy in, and it was not good.
When you've played so well for so long and then you have a game like this, how do you approach it with the players? Do you hammer it more, or do you just say, this is just a blip?
No, you don't say it's just a blip. You got to learn from all your experiences, both good and bad, and improve. And we got to get back to playing, not have unsportsmanlike or whatever they call 2 times 12 on the field. We got to get back to playing better football.
On the positive side, Nolan seems to be, you talked about young players, it's a process, they got to get better and better. He seems to be hitting more of a standard from the outside. Is that what you see?
Yeah, like I've said all along, the guy has just kept improving from week to week, going all the way back to OTAs and training camp. And credit to him, credit to Wash. You're right in your assessment.
Just curious what you saw from Bryce Huff in practice last week, and if you think he's...
Last week in practice, he could only do individual drill. They didn't let him partake in any of the real parts of practice. So we'll see.
Nick, any update you can share with us on Jalen?
Yeah, he's still in the protocol. It's going to be tough for him to make it this week.
Is it as simple as if he's cleared prior to Sunday, he'll play, or does it reach a point where Kenny's gotten all the reps?
Again, not going to get too much into that. He's still in the protocol.
How does Kenny handle
How has Kenny handled the reps this week?
Yeah, I think he's had a nice week of practice. He's done a nice job, and we've had some good practices and walkthroughs this week.
What's it mean to have the full week with him getting those first team reps as far as versus last week when he's got to come in cold?
Yeah, I think anytime you get to work, anytime you get to work our plays against the defense that you're playing against with the guys that you're going to be going with, that helps you. And so, that's our philosophy in practice. Everyone's philosophy in practice, and it was like I said, it was a good week of practice.
Nick, the Cowboys rolled out C.D. Lamb. Does that change anything in the preparation role?
Yeah, he's a phenomenal football player. And anytime you're going against a dynamic player like he is, you obviously think about ways that you don't allow him to beat you, and how you take him away. And so, there's obviously part of our thought process and our game planning, is a part of that. And so you adjust as you need to.
In the case of CJ in particular, perhaps Jalen Carter, but CJ in particular, do you think you can, develop a reputation with officials where they're looking for things that would be unsportsmanlike?
I think the officials do a great job of just refereeing the game, and it's a hard job, and I don't think that I think that every crew's a little bit different. But I think that they're always trying to do their best job, with the things that are happening in that game without, putting anything else out there as far as a bias or anything like that. That's what they're paid to do, and I think they do a good job of that, and we have good officiating. Pardon me.
Saw AJ got added to the report with the knee again this week. Is anything going on there?
I'm sorry.
With AJ with the knee, so he got added to the report. He's obviously on there, and see how today goes.
Targets, AJ and Devontae pretty much had the lion's share last week. Again, a little bit of a strange week, but is it more of an emphasis to try to get more people involved?
Those two guys are phenomenal football players. Sometimes they're first in the read, sometimes they're second in the read, sometimes they're third in the read. You're trying to get them the football. You're trying to get Saquon the football. I've always said that the pass game runs through them, and good things happen when the ball gets in their hands.
What was take it back to when you guys originally traded for Kenny? What was the impetus for that?
Say that one more time.
What was the impetus for trading for Kenny? Like, what made you
dumb it down a little bit?
what motivated you guys to really go after that?
We really liked the player. We really liked the things that, we liked him coming out of college, and we liked the things that he did with experience as an NFL starter. And so, heard great things, hear great things about him when you do all the draft work and everything like that. And, it fit us well.
Is there consideration to change on kickoffs to Jake?
Yeah, good question, Zach. I think Braden's done a nice job and been able to place the ball where he needs to place it. Again, like I said, last week, weather was a little bit different. Hard to, some of the distance comes off that in the cold. We're happy with where Braden is.